Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. I've just finished bottling the SJ Pour Challenge experiment with the porter with the almond in it, and you can probably see once I do this, it's looking pretty good. Like nice clarity. Smells really rich. Not getting a lot of the aroma from the tea through yet, but I'm going to show you hopefully a trick that will help me with that in a moment. So what I've got next to it, this is I guess I get a bit sad and soppy sometimes when I go into knick-knack places around the country and find these beautiful old bottles. So this is, it's very hard to probably see from here, but if I come this way a bit, this, if you can read on the top, it's got some nice branding on the bottle from a company called Moa. Now it's not the Moa that's going at the moment, but this one used to be down in Dunedin, and apparently still belongs to them if you read the bottom part. But I just love all these really ornate bottles. You know, it's just nice to keep a bit of, I guess, of the New Zealand history going, and reusing them and getting them back for purpose. So what I've got, because this beer's just been bottled, so obviously it's not carbonated, but what I hopefully will be able to show you, if I can get it in camera, is this thing, which is basically a pump bottle and a long piece of hose with a sparkler on the end that clamps onto it. So you can see it's just been clamped there, and it's reinforced on the inside with just a little metallic sleeve. Now what this does is you pour your flat beer into here, and this can be done with like sometimes when I bottle up now, I'll purposefully not carbonate a few bottles just to work with this. So you basically screw that on really tightly so nothing comes flying out, and then we can pour it upside down, and essentially it works like a hand pull beer engine. Oop, trying to get too many bubbles in at the bottom. Hopefully that'll stand up. So now I've just bottled it. Because of that, I can probably get some more of the aromas that I probably couldn't get before. Yeah, still not getting as amount that I wanted from the tea that I put into it. It's probably just these dark malts are just overriding it, so I might redress this and just have it as a porter because it's pretty nice. Alright. Yeah, so that's my wee beer engine. It's pretty simple to make. If anyone wants to know how it's done, let me know. It's pretty simple. I do actually have a full-size beer engine that I brought back from England when I travelled back about a month ago. So I'm looking forward to using a bag setup with that, and I've just got to go and pick it up on the weekend. I've got an English bitter to go in that you saw last week, so we'll try that out over the next couple of weeks. Just got to do a few tests with the beer engine, make sure it sounds and doesn't leak and all the rest of it. But on to this week, we had the long weekend that we've just had with the Easter and the Easter Monday and all that. So Christchurch weather being what it is, was supposed to be rainy and rubbish, and we had a load of floods on the week previous, and so we didn't go away, and so it cleared up nicely, and so Saturday, Sunday and Monday were beautiful. So on Monday I ended up brewing a Dubbel with a load of good malts. In the bits that will follow, I do miss out a couple of malts, so I actually had in there Pilsner malt, Munich, what else have I got? Cara Munich, Special B, Aromatic, and Aurora. Aurora is Gladfield's Melanoidin malt, so all makes for hopefully be a pretty decent beer. So yeah, here's the footage of that, and enjoy that, and we'll see you next week. Cheers, bye. Hey everybody, Paul Finney here again, just starting the mash for a Dubbel. I had what we thought was going to be an awful day today in Christchurch, which turns out to be lovely. good New Zealand weather. So I'm just doing a brew in the bag. We've got the grains down here, and we've got Pilsner malt, Special B aromatic Aurora, which is Gladfield's melanoidin malt. So this is our bag that we're going to use. You can see it's got a round bottom which helps getting it out of this mash tun certainly, and then a drawstring at the top. So we'll go ahead and start mashing in, and then we'll come back once it's all set up. Cheers. So the mash is in. We're sitting around that 64-65 mark which we were after. This is going to mash for an hour and a half because I want to have complete conversion. And it's just a bag sort of resting in there with all the grains, so you see there's plenty of room for everything to move around. So we'll put the lid on, cover it in the sleeping bag, tie it on, and hopefully, since it's in the conservatory, won't lose too much heat during the next hour and a half. So the mash is completed. It's an hour and a half it's been. I'm just trying to pull out the bag from the first batch, and then on the floor here we've got another load of water that I'll just do one sort of batch sparging. So once we've got the bag out, we'll put it in there, give it a stir, leave it for like 5-10 minutes, pull the bag out again, and we'll be on our way. In the meantime, I can start the boil on this. We'll give it a bit of a stir, and then leave this for a wee bit, come back and pull it out, and hopefully we get the right efficiencies. So you can see in there we've achieved boil. We've got really vigorous boil going on at the moment. I boiled off a little too much in my last batch, so I've tried to readjust so we get used to the new pot of the burner. I'm going to boil for 90 minutes because we're using Pilsner malt. Pilsner malt has DMS in it, which is that corn-like aroma, so you just need to boil it longer so you don't get it into your final product. So after 30 minutes we'll add in 50 grams of Rewaka, which will give us the bittering we need, and then that's pretty much it until I guess 15 minutes. We'll add in some Irish moss and chuck the water chiller in at 15 minutes so it sanitises it, and then we've got some Cervomyces, which is some yeast nutrient that will go in at 10 minutes, and that's pretty much it. It's all about the yeast and the malt in this one. Talking of which, here is the yeast we're going to use. So this is yeast I kept from a saison I did a couple of weeks ago. This is the DuPont strain, so it's not technically speaking the right strain for the Dubbel, but I'm just going to probably keep it a wee bit lower on the temperature front than I did with the saison, and fingers crossed this gives us a nice balance of spice and that will go with the malt to give us a nice Dubbel. Brew day is finished. We were slightly under on our amount, so only ended up with 17 litres in the carboy when I wanted around 19, so it could be due to a bit of extra boil off. The boiler got going a bit too much halfway through, but as you can see it's got a nice clear wort. It's dark outside now so you can't quite see as much, but it looks like a nice colour. So the good thing though is that I've still got to add some Belgian candy halfway through the next week, so when I do that I can top up to the right amount and hopefully get it all balanced to be the right gravity and the right amount, because we're going to bottle this one, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. So yeah, happy that everything's done and it's in the fermenter.